one of the patterns that we see a lot of times in building a software product like what we have, this kind of digital experience platform, is that people it's almost acting a bit like a psychologist or a therapist for a lot of companies, because if you give them the right space and the right context, they will tell you all their problems, because people want their problems to be solved. And so, whether if you can boil it down to, a lot of times is, companies are looking to kind of turn their website or their digital channels, their apps and things, into these kind of automated sales machines. Like, they want to give people access to use their products or services, and all these businesses, they're really looking for this self-feeding cycle where everything can be automated. We can get into the specifics of, say, automating the onboarding, and really what they're looking for is a company like Modyo to give them something that's actionable, so that they can do something with it. So, in terms of what you think in large, and we could break it down by industry if you want, or we can speak very generally. But what do you think the trends are? Like, what do you think that these companies are looking for when they're trying to kind of automate and build value in general? Like, in other words, what's the foundation, the good foundation of technology that they're looking for, or they should be looking for, in order to have that value generation? I think let's start with that.
Well, I think the first is to declare war on certain things, So, for instance, you'll, you're aware that, like, at Mojo, we want to simplify the digital experience for millions of customers. So we want things to be easy, we want things to be efficient. And so to do that, sounds great, but then you actually get to work and you have to break things down, because none of our clients and are small companies, and they're all big companies, and they all have, legacy software, and they have things that have been done a certain way, since, in some cases, the 1990s, right?
Right.
And so, one of the great challenges is to help, large companies prioritize really well. If they put the level of effort into improving things, what's going to be the business impact on,
Hmm.
that effort? And so it's really choosing the right battles, and then choosing the battles that are going to have the biggest impact, on the business and on the way that customers, can continue to love you. Um,
Right.
so really, this fanatical focus on the customer is always a great place to start, and to think through if there's a better way to add value to them, because the benefits, start to become massive the minute that people feel like there's lots of intelligence in the way that they're interacting with companies. And so that's been, one of the challenges that we've tried to solve with Mojo and everything we're doing is, how can we leverage our platform to really help our clients build fundamentally better digital experiences, better digital products that can continue to evolve over time. And this whole philosophy of you're never done, right? So you launch something, you learn, you see if you can improve it, you see if you can iterate on it, you see if you can get more value in the roadmap that you've created. And typically that a lot of that goes, about the way that you think about your digital transformation. So,
Right.
we'll have customers that really take a project based approach to their digital transformation. Like, we're going to start a project and end a project, and hey, we celebrate the project's launched and we move on. But
Right.
that's really not the case, right? So we really think about, you launch a digital product, and that digital product's born, and now you've got to improve and iterate and try to continue to add value to the business. And so
Right.
there's a lot of, changes in thinking about how is it that you're going to, convert, like you said, your digital channels into sales machines, into, more efficient ways for clients and partners to interact with you.
Hmm. Hmm.
And we've been lucky, because we have a lot of people in Mojo that have spent a lot of time,
Oh
going
yeah.
from, you know, bad things to great things, and then trying to figure out, along the way, how do you put into practice things that you learn across different industries? And we've been lucky to, spend a lot of time in the financial services industry, where there's lots of critical things, lots of things that you can learn a lot from. And then now we're starting to extend that experience to a few other industries that we think we can add a lot of value. But But the end objective at the end of the day is really, trying to look at the world around you and see if there's, important changes that are taking place, and then leverage, technology to the, as much as you can to build something better, do something different, so that customers love you, and spread the love.